Deputy Danny Healy-Rae.
I'm glad to get the opportunity to talk about this very important topic here this morning, and it's very serious, and I'm asking the Minister to listen to us, because we're on the ground and we know what's happening. And there's nothing more horrible, Lasconcola, than when a house gets flooded, the water comes in the door and the water comes up the toilets, and the mess that leaves behind is never forgotten by the family that happens to. And it has happened a lot in our area, and I'm glad in one instance, after several deputations, after so much motions, and following my request to Boxer Morton to come down to Dinflesk, he duly responded, and he gave us a small amount of money, 160,000 or so, to clear the bushes on a section of that river. And we were told by Tobins and we were told by Seaframs, Minister, and I'm asking you to listen to this, that would only reduce, to do that work would only reduce the level of the river by 10 millimetres. Up until then, 16 houses were being flooded. The national primary road in 22 was being flooded, and that work was carried out in last year in 2019. And in all the floods that we've had since, even recently, no house was flooded and the road wasn't flooded. But there remains sections of work to be done. The rest of the river from Gottehushin to Muckers to the lakes, that has to be done, and out of the lakes, back along the Lone River, all the way to Castlemaine Harbour, because I'll give you an example of a very reputable hotel and family, the Lake Hotel in Killarney. Their premises was flooded, and they had to refurbish it and restore it at a savage cost. But their position is still the same. The Lone River has been narrowed with bushes and with silt building up, and that work needs to be done urgently. So what happened to them in 2015 and 16 won't happen to them again. So there are places like Kinmare, very close to my own door, where they have been flooded. Businesses, the Quill family and the Horseshoe and more people in the square there are under constant threat any time it rains. So, and there is a fall away from this square, and there's things to be rectified, like removing a sewer that's blocking an over bridge, but there is a fall to the bay, and that work needs to be done, and it could be done it's common sense. Common sense we're talking about, Minister, and I thank you for coming down to Kinmare, and appreciate you very much, and listening to us in the square. Sneem village is being flooded. Danny Bridge, back behind the Danny Bridge, behind west of Waterville, any shower at all, no, that place is flooded. And then there's places like Castle Island and the small rivers around it. And here is the problem, the local landowners and farmers are not allowed to take one spoon of silt out of the rivers, and then the town gets flooded, and the main river all the ways out of Castle Island, that needs to be cleaned out. It was done in the 1960 and hasn't been done since. You need maintenance and work, ongoing maintenance, and it wouldn't take millions at all to do this work. It's only all common sense, and there are plenty of excavators, and there is all kinds of technical equipment for taking levels and all that. So there should be no reason why this work couldn't be carried out immediately. And you see, you have places like, as I said, along the Flesh River into Killarney at White Bridge there's work needs to be done. There's a caravan park being destroyed there on many occasions. So, and then we come to the smaller things, the more important things, the section man on the road that was keeping the inlets open and ensuring that the drains were being kept open. That's not happening. And then we have floods going into people's yards and in their front doors because of the road is the river now in many instances, because the drains and the inlets are not opened. And this is very simple, common sense work Minister, and there doesn't need to be all these. I think there shouldn't. We have no need for all these reports and assessments. It's common sense work that when you come out on the ground, you can see what needs to be done, and there is surely enough equipment in the country to carry out the work and manpower as well. Thank you very much.